5 positions of the pentatonic minor scale. Okay, that's the first position of E minor pentatonic. Open 3, open 2 3 times, open 3 2 times. Okay, then the next one, 3 5 2 5 2 5 2 4 3 5 3 5. Next one, 5 7 3 times, 4 7 5 8 5 7. Fourth position, 7 10 twice, 7 9 twice, 8 10 7 10. Here goes the fifth position, 10 12 twice, 9 12 twice, 10 12 twice. Let's take a look at all these again. 3 and 4 and. Going back, 3 and 4 and. Next position, 3 and 4 and. Back, 3 and 4 and. Next position, 3 and 4 and. Back and. Fourth position, 3 4. Back, 3 4. Fifth position, 3 4. And back. And then you'd be up to the octave of the first position up here. And they just carry on as you go up. Now if we were in A, that'd be our first position, second. They'd all play out the same, but when you got to go backwards, you got to jump back to that fifth position shape. Okay, so it's good to try this in different keys where you have to go backwards and find the other positions instead of just going straight up from E. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is what's even more important than knowing all those 5 positions is knowing these 2 combining positions tricks. Okay, say if we were in G minor. Okay, so we can even start in that 5th position, below the first position. Here we move into 2nd position, and I like to use that middle finger because it frees up the first finger down here. Now here we're all the way into, when you get to that last note, as you slide up here, the next combining positions thing is over here. So we had 8 10 3 times. And then we slide up. Then we got to go to first finger here in the 11. Slide that one up. And then we're all the way to the octave of the G. So with these 2 combining positions tricks, you get from the 1st to the 3rd position. And there you get from the 3rd position to the 5th position. So those combining positions tricks are the things that people use when they're playing blues and doing solos to really move up and down the neck very fluid and easily. When you get stuck into some of these positions, some of the areas of the positions, like that right there, that's not the easiest thing to play right there. So people will do that in kind of different ways. So see how that is a lot easier? Being able to slide up and down these positions is very helpful. Okay, so that's part of mastering the fretboard, is knowing the 5 positions of the pentatonic minor. And when you know those 5, you really know the major pentatonic too. So let's look at that. Say for G major pentatonic. Look familiar? Well, the G major pentatonic positions are exactly the same as the E minor pentatonic positions. It's just that position 2 is on the G. So to play G major pentatonic, we would look at that as the first position. And what's even more important than that position, just like with the other scale, is the combining positions tricks that you can do. So this is G major pentatonic. We got 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12. And if we wanted to add one more, we could go up 3 extra ones and get to our octave up here. Okay, so in the major pentatonic, these are the 1, 2, and 3 notes of the scale, and then the 5 and 6. So what we have is 3 notes in a row coming off that root, and then we have 2, and then we have 3 again, because we were on the root again. And then we have 2, then we gotta find that G note again. We got 3 in a row, and we got 2. Okay, think about that in a different key, like say A. Okay, so knowing the combining positions tricks helps you get up and down the neck a lot easier. That's part of mastering the fretboard for sure. Okay, another thing is finding notes. Let's say we're on the B string. Where's the F note? How long does it take you to find an F note? Do you start to just know that F is right there? Or do you have to count each time? B, C, D, E, F. Let's look at the G string. Where's the D at? So if it takes you a really long time, if you're still not there, you need to do some more work on finding out what all these notes are. You should really know what every note is on your guitar. I know some people say, oh, it's not that important. I find it very important myself. So if we're on the little E string, we want a C. Where are you going? There's your C. Now, instead of counting all the way up, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, sometimes if you know the C is close to the E, you might start on this E and go backwards. There's a D, there's a C. Okay, so what if we're on the D string and we want to play a C note? That's where I would go up here to this octave D, because I know C is below D, and I'll come down and find that C right away. So as we talk about finding notes, we also want to talk about finding triads, major and minor chords that go with that note. So say this F here, it's good to know that that's an F major chord right there that goes with that. If you spin it around like this, you've got the F minor chord. And if we took it further, you'd see that F bass. Okay, that's F minor or F major. Now say we had D note here. Well, it's good to know that these 3 7s makes a D major right there off that D. Now if you went 7, 7, 6, that'd give you a D minor triad. Let's come up here to the C that we had. Well, C minor would be 10, 8, 8, and C major would be 10, 9, 8. So you definitely want to know where those triads go. Let's say we had one on the A string. Let's say we have a D. Okay, well, a D major chord would be that. D minor would be that. We could also look at it as a triad that way. That's a major triad, and this would be a minor triad. All right, well, I hope that was helpful. We'll talk to y'all soon.